Calling the border crossers, footsteps mourning lost homelands. Calling beautiful black men, beating hearts stilled by police bullets. Calling incarcerated mothers, milk souring behind bars. Calling the forgotten bodies, seeping sorrow into the Mediterranean. Calling indigenous peoples, displaced in their own homelands.
Calling produce pickers, lungs ravaged by pesticides, calling the alien. Calling black and brown children being groomed for jail in neglected schools. Calling their brothers, fathers and uncles, choking the throats of greedy prisons. Calling the landscapers, the maids, the cooks, the nannies living on throbbing feet. Calling the undocumented. Calling the oppressed, waiting in vain for justice.
Calling murdered transgender sisters whose names go unsung. Calling citizens of no nation. Calling the brilliant, blood spilled by border agents. Calling the homeless, dreaming of home. Calling the disabled communities that are too often forgotten. Calling sweatshop workers drenched in rivers of sweat. Calling the disenfranchised. Calling mothers languishing in welfare lines. Calling deported parents, hearts breaking for separated children. Calling the weary tillers of the land who don't get to eat the grain. Calling the illegals. Calling the evacuees waiting in refugee camps. Calling brown bodies packed like sardines in detention centers. Calling the poor, waiting for the future with posters that read, "What about us?"
baaqu waa salaad ama duco dhammaanteen u socda magacyadeena ayaa muqadas ka dhigaya baaqu waa hees na badbaadin doonto baaqu waa bayo caafin doonta dadnimadeena dhibaataysan baaqu waa muriyada runta qalbigeenay aragtaa. The call is a bridge over borders that never belonged to the earth to begin with. The call is light to swallow the darkness we've been fighting against, so we can finally sit in bright justice. The call is a funeral poem. It weeps for the precious bodies murdered by police and border agents. The call is a map into destiny. It charts the free world we want to live and love in. The call is against silence. It will ring from Baltimore to Bangladesh, in Ferguson, in Johannesburg, around Mexico, El Salvador, all over the Americas, in Folsom State Prison, on every street, from Syria to Kosovo, in China and Eritrea, in Cambodia and Haiti, in Karnes County, Texas, outside your backyard.
Gritamos en cada lengua, sienta la comezón en nuestras gargantas que hacen temblar al mundo entero, con voces que no cesarán hasta que se nos haya oído, hasta que rindan honor al canto viviente de nuestros nombres deshonrados, nuestros nombres silenciados, todos nuestros nombres, hasta que las guerras en contra de nuestra humanidad terminen. We are not going anywhere. We will stand here and all over and call until all chains are broken and they take down the fence and dismantle the bars and erase the lines and open the borders and shatter the ceilings, and justice comes to our hoods and the world at last guarantees our living, because you are not free until all of us are free.
And we won't stop calling until our voices rearrange the world into a place that looks like home. We will call. Far, from deep, from near, from up, from down, from under, we will call. From home, from exile, from everywhere, we will call. From knocking on doors, from street protests, from marching for justice, we will call. Because we want to see black and brown bodies living in freedom, untouched by police bullets and border agents who hunt our bodies like wild game.
我们要穿我们的皮肤像宝石，和走进门，不时浸灌在我们的脸。到好的学校，到好的工作，到安全的附近，到好的社会福利事业，到好的机会，到街上美种种貌相， 到我们听到的对话 into places for which those before us marched and fought and died as lynched ancestors wept. We call for innocent black-brown children who are the apple of the world's eye, who grow and live to the fullest because their lives are so sacred that nothing, no police weapon, will dare try to kill them before they grow, who strive and win because they have food, shelter, healthcare, education, chances, love, beauty, and everything that holds them to the sun. Because their proud parents are not behind bars, but at home being parents. Because they live in a world that does not fight them, but fights for them.
ምክንያቱም ጭቆና እዚህ ላይ ያቆማል። ምክንያቱም የሰው ልጅ ክብር አሁን ይጀምራል። ማስተዋልን ያላቸውን አገሮችን እንጠራለን። ለነሱ ሲሉ የደሙላቸውን፣ ያበሏቸውን፣ የጠበቋቸው እና የያዛቸው እጆች እና የተራመዱላቸውን እግሮች የሚስሙ፣ የሰጧቸውን መልሶ ለሚሰጡ፣ የምስጋናን ቋንቋ ለሚያውቁ ሀገራት ጥሪ እናቀርባለን። We call for countries that will shepherd us from scorching fields and construction sites, and restaurant kitchens and dirty toilets and school corridors and corporate floors, and from every nook and cranny from which we bend, groan, and sweat. We call for countries that will thank us with ground on which to place our aching feet. And on that ground, the police and border agents will know to offer us bread and shade.
우리는 그런 나라들을 부른다. 우리를 모욕하지 않는 나라. 우리가 그동안 잃고 바친 것만큼 우리를 인격적으로 존중해주는 나라. 우리의 버텨주는 어깨 없이는 그처럼 드높게 설 수 없다는 것을 아는 그런 나라. 왜냐면 사람이 사람다운 이유는 다른 사람들 때문이기에. We call for checkpoints that will not say, where are you from? Go back home. You are not wanted here. That will turn on the lights for us and call us by name. Call for countries that will look at us with their hearts and refuse to watch us die. That will rescue us from the water and meet us with balm for every wound.
We call for nations that will take roll every morning to remind themselves of how precious we are, of how beautiful, how relevant, how important, and therefore how they must not fail us. That will tilt unprejudiced hearts to the anthem of our being, lift us higher than flags of victory, and fly us into futures the shape of true justice.
Because we will call and call and call until we are all free.
Because we are here and we are not going anywhere.
Because we know there is more than this.
Because there will be more than this.